All right. Okay. Just apply it everywhere.
Pray for me, for me. Pray I find my way.
Hey FamBam, welcome back. Hope you're doing fantastic. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Esther, MsTopacJay. So in today's video, as requested, I will be doing a dedicated review on the new Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. I already have my foundation on, brows and all that stuff. I'm also doing a review of another product as well, which is going to go up after this video or before, I think after, because you'll be able to request it for this one first. Anyway, if you're yet to join the FamBam, make sure you subscribe down below, join the FamBam, turn notification to make sure you're notified every single time I upload a video. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. All right, so this is the new Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. I think it only just launched about 2 weeks or so ago. I can't remember, I don't know, but I know it's now here in Australia. It comes in 20 shades. I pick up the shade Peanut Butter. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more shades after that. When I went in store and I was swatching the shades, Peanut Butter kind of seemed to be that shade that I would like to me. That's why I picked it up, and it seemed to be close to my Colourpop No Filter Concealer shade in a shade Dark 40. That was in store, so I haven't opened it yet to swatch it like outside the store, so we're gonna see. And also a few melanin people that has kind of reviewed it. Like I mainly watched it to see the shade, not to hear what they have to say about it, but a few melanin people that I've watched also use Peanut Butter. I was gonna use Salted Caramel, but there was something about the undertone, I don't know, it just didn't really sit well with me. Anyway, this is what the box looks like. This is the box it comes in, and the concealer comes in a squeeze it tube like so, has a cap, and it also has this applicator, which I find really unique. I love this applicator. It's very cool to touch as well. What is it called? It's called something. Let me not butcher it, let me just read it. So it's called the Zamac applicator. So this concealer retails for 44 Australian dollars, 44 Australian dollars, 30 US dollars, and 23 UK pounds. How many mil is this actually? 10 mils. How many mil is Colourpop? 0.17 fluid ounce, 0.34. Tarte Shape Tape. How many mil does this one have? 10 mils as well. And I think Tarte 37. So Tarte is actually much more cheaper than Huda Beauty, and they have the same quantity. Anyway, so that is that about the specs. What they said on the box, so they said gently squeeze the tube to release formula using Zamac applicator, smooth directly under eye area to conceal and depuff for a refreshed look. Blend using a brush. I don't use brush with my concealers, or beauty sponge. Yeah, that's what we're gonna use until desired coverage is achieved. So do they have a coverage claim? So Sephora.com.au, Australia Sephora, says it's a full coverage creamy concealer armed with skincare activities and a cooling Zamac tip. Okay, so it soothes the delicate skin around the eyes with every application, yada yada yada. Okay, suitable for all skin type, and it has a radiant matte finish. That's their claim. Let's go ahead and use this. I just really want this under my eyes because, you know, it feels so cool to touch, and I like the idea of having a depuffer as well as, you know, your concealer and whatnot, like all in one. I like that idea. I don't know if what I just said made sense. Oh, it feels really cool under the eyes as well. Yeah, so it looks like the shade Peanut Butter is very close to the shade Dark 40 in the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. Yes. So this is Colourpop No Filter Concealer in Dark 40, and this is the Huda Beauty Concealer in the shade Peanut Butter. Huda Beauty one though looks to be a little bit more warm, more golden-ish, but they're very similar. All right, let's go ahead and apply this. I know it says it's supposed to be depuffing and cooling sensation or whatever, but the moment I use it to apply the concealer, I don't really feel the cooling sensation of the Zamac applicator anymore. Does that make sense? I expected it to be cool throughout the application. Okay, now it's cool, but if I pump out more product, it doesn't feel as cool as it felt before the concealer, you know, was deposited on top of the applicator. Does that make sense? It's a little bit weird applying it with this. It kind of smells like the Huda Beauty Full Filter foundation. All right, okay, just apply it everywhere. Okay, so I'll say this. If you don't have product on the applicator and you're trying to apply the concealer, like if you don't squeeze as you apply, the applicator is likely to move your foundation underneath because you're basically like dragging your skin. Does that make sense? So you need to make sure you squeeze as you apply. And with that being said, I feel like it's kind of easy to waste products as well. But I don't know, it's okay. It's okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend the concealer everywhere else first before I blend the one under my eyes. I like that finish. You see that? That blended out so easily. I love that. I can also say that this is more of a medium coverage concealer, and I think a little bit goes a long way with it as well. It's already drying down, but it's still easy to blend. All right, let's blend this. Blending the edges first. It's already dried down a bit, but not so much that you can't blend it. Wow, that was really easy to blend. I really like that. I don't know, it just feels so good and it's easy to control. Even though a little bit goes a long way, and I think I kind of overdid it a little bit with the concealer under my eyes, it was still easy to control. Do you see how flawless my under eye looks? It looks flawless and healthy. Like, it doesn't look matte. It doesn't feel matte either. It's kind of like a semi-matte finish. I don't know why I keep blending. There's no creasing happening yet under my eye, because I do have that natural fine line under my eyes, and most of the time concealer kind of settles into it, you know, and doesn't like blend out. But this one is not like, you know, it's inside, but it's blended. Does that make sense? I'm happy with the shade that I picked up. I'm really happy with it. Even though it feels lightweight, I can still feel a little bit of a thickness under my eye, but not in a negative way. Does that make sense? I don't know how to explain it. My main qualm about it so far though is the applicator. I don't know how it's supposed to depuff when the cooling sensation is not continuous. Does that make sense? I love this. Do you see this? I look good. Let's just go ahead and use the Coty Airspun powder, because that's the main one that's right next to me. But I'm only gonna apply a little amount of powder. So here we are. We've got the powder right here. We're gonna dab it off. Literally, there's tiny little bit left on there. Let me dab it off some more. And I'm only gonna put a little amount just to give the concealer more chance, so I can really see the longevity of it. You know, just. There we go. Ow. Okay. I love this. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I changed my mind and decided to pick this up and decided to ask you guys if you wanted to see a review, because I love this concealer. Concealer and highlighter are my most favorite things when it comes to makeup. There are other things, but my top favorite, concealer and highlighters. All right. So that is beautiful. It still feels a little bit tacky, but not as much compared to this side that I haven't set yet. I'm gonna do my nose, the bridge right there, because I don't want to cover it too much because of the primer that I am reviewing. Just taking whatever is left on the back of my hand and setting my forehead. Okay, it is now set and we're still looking taut. Under eye is looking good, no creasing at all. Do you see this? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face and I will be right back. All right, here we go. So this is the full face all done. I've bronzed, I've highlighted and everything, and my under eye is still looking strong. It looks nice and smooth. I love it. Like, literally, I love it. It didn't settle into my lines. Like, it's all blended inside the fine lines under my eyes. Even on my chin right here, my forehead, everything is looking real good. Now the true test now is finding out how long we're gonna have the smoothness for. We're gonna see how it looks later on, so I'll see you real soon. I am back, babes. It is currently 5 o'clock, so it's been about 6 hours with this concealer and we are still going strong, but I'm gonna end the all-day wear test and whatnot here, babes. Guys, I am loving this Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. The name does fit. It is an overachiever, although there is still that one qualm that I mentioned earlier, which is my expectation and my desire to have a continuous cooling effect with the applicator. But aside from that, everything else is good with this concealer. The fine lines under my eyes, like the concealer didn't really like crease inside of it, maybe a little bit, but not like distinctively so, like not a lot, which is good. And my under eye still looks really smooth, as you can see. And I can honestly say it's not just because of the powder, because I use a really small amount of the powder. If you remember from this morning, it's still in place in my forehead area right here and under my eye. But yeah, so I have been out today. I went out and all that. I went to the store, I went to school for a meeting and all that. So I have been out in the sun and the wind and everything, you know, and everything still looks really good under my eye. So this concealer, I would recommend it based on my first impression and my all-day wear test today. All day, like roughly about 6 hours wear test, you know what I mean? If my opinion does change about it, I will let you know. But honestly, so far right now, I am loving it. I will try it again with a different kind of primer underneath, because today I'm testing out a new primer. But as of right now, as of this moment, I can only say that I like this concealer. In my opinion, I feel like this concealer is very comparable to the new MAC Studio Fix 24-hour concealer, which I love as well, and it is actually very comparable to a much more affordable one, which I showed you earlier. And I wasn't thinking about it, I was mainly thinking about the shade earlier on, but I'm talking about the Colourpop No Filter concealer. It's kind of like that, but the Colourpop No Filter concealer, the consistency is a little bit different in terms of like when you're blending it. I feel like this one is more easier to control than the Colourpop No Filter concealer, as well as the MAC concealer. But the MAC concealer and I'm trying to think about it, and the Huda Beauty concealer are very, very similar. But I would say the Colourpop No Filter concealer is a nice comparable one to this Huda Beauty. I don't know, there's something different about it, but it's not too far off. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. But anyway, so yeah, guys, I can't believe this is about 6 hours later and my face is still looking this way. Yeah, so that's the review. That's all I can say about the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer, babes. Have you tried it yet? Have you placed an order? Is this something you're considering? Right now, I am not too mad that I spent $44 on a 10 ml concealer. I'm not too mad about it. It's a high-end brand, you know, so it's okay. Yeah. Anywho, so that's all I've got for you, babes, today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this concealer, you know, in terms of application, the appearance, and the longevity, and the wear test, and all that. Okay, let me know down below. All right. Thank you so much for watching, babes. I forgot to choose a FamBam shout out today, but shout out to you, babes. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate every single one of you, babes. All right. And whatever you're doing to love yourself. By God's grace, I hope I see you in my very next video. Bye. Tarte. I don't know how much Tarte is, but I feel like I was actually talking to myself. I'm so sorry. Tarte Shape Tape.
I thought so.
Shut up. Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I said Tarte Shape Tape. He said Tarte Shit Shape. Hey guys, so I am back. It's currently 5 o'clock. I need to mute the TV, boy. It's 5 o'clock, okay? Can you see?